So how's the progress coming?
You know, today's the first day we practiced. Yesterday we had individuals. The day before we gave them off, and actually thought we were pretty good. We're trying to put in a few new things and trying to, everybody's going to play cashes differently. We're trying to come back with some options for him, and he's been really good about it. I don't know if you can tell, but I mean, there's progress being made with him. He's starting to smile a little bit more, and he's been very talkative. He stopped by twice today for some meetings. He's, hey coach, I think we could do this, and they're playing me like this, and that's what I really need out of him. So that's a big positive step in the right direction. But we still got a lot of work to do. We felt like we're trying to hit three areas. Our defense got to get better as far as the pressure on the ball and getting after it a little bit more. Our fast break has to improve. We said we had to rebound in the last game. We rebounded. We said we were going to get it to the outlet. We got it to the outlet. Now it's like every day you got to come up with something else. Now our wings got to run. Today our wings and our middle guy ran. We didn't think we were getting much out of Markey running, and our wings weren't running. So it's going to be a full-fledged don't run, you're out. So that's the way we're going to do it and see if we can get them running. So that would be the second key, of the three phases that we have: offense, defense, and our running game. So we worked on some things with our defense. We worked on some things with our running game, and then our offense was, trying to come up with a few wrinkles depending on how they play him and what they do. So I thought we had a productive night.
Were you at health-wise? Primarily Rocket, obviously.
Yeah, he's, as you can see, I mean, we're not. It looked like it was going to be 10 days to 2 weeks. And, we really got to make a decision. It'll be a tough decision next week. He won't play tomorrow. But he will play when he can. But if we can give him a little more time, we can get something after Christmas. We don't have to worry about it. And
you and Greg are good friends.
Yeah.
And that's why this rivalry is played every year. But how important is it for seeding and everything else, if you're going to continue to put him there, that Oakland makes those NCAA pushes too?
Well, I think that's it. I think it is important. I get mad at him every year because sometimes he plays us better than he plays the teams in his conference. But what it's been good for is, that the schools have a little partnership, I guess, in some things academically. It's also been good because, it gets us down in Detroit. Kids love playing at the new arena. We're going to practice at their new facility tomorrow, and that'll be good for our guys. And, they are competitive. It's always a tough game. He's had some average teams that we won by 5. He's had some good teams that we lucked out and won. Once in a while, we've had a blowout. Not very often, though. And I think we played him 17 or 18 times. Does anybody here know?
17.
Where's my stat guy? How many times? 17?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
Wow. Quicker than you, Lars. So when you play him that many times, if you don't think I get nervous about, when does things just happen. But right now, I think it's really important that we grow as a team, too. Finals for us, we got tomorrow's our last day. First time in 20 years we haven't had finals on Friday. So we got to get through tonight, get our guys through finals tomorrow, and then we start rocking and rolling.
Why do you think it is that you guys have such close games against them? Just because of the friendship that you guys have?
I could care less. I hate him tomorrow, Saturday. He's not my friend at all on Saturday. After the game, he can be my friend. But I don't think it's that at all. It's not like we sit back and, first of all, they play good. I think what you got to realize is that is their Madison Square Garden game. And for their guys, it's really an unbelievable opportunity not only to play in an arena like that. Usually it's been a packed house or pretty, but then to play a team like us, to be honest with you. And so I think he's done a great job getting his team ready. There's been years, I swear to God, we were ready to play, and he's a good coach. He's very good offensively. They run some good things, score a lot of points, and as you're seeing in college basketball, if you watched last night or anything else, is anybody safe anywhere, any place, any time, I think the answer is no. I think we're all figuring that out. What is it, the 4th or 5th now, new #1 team? And we're getting, you know, I mean, it's un-American. It's illegal for Duke to lose at home, especially to a non-conference team. It's illegal for Kentucky to lose at home. You know, at least mine wasn't good, but it wasn't illegal, so I'm not going to get arrested at the end of the year like Mike and Cal are. But it's the year of those kind of things, unknown and parity, and I don't know, but we're approaching this game as a big game for a lot of reasons. Number one, we have to start getting better now. But I think we're approaching it because history has shown that they play us well every year.
Tom, you seem confident that the shooting numbers you guys have put up are going to improve, especially from three-point. Do you see it in practice, you know, and it's not falling?
Today was better. Today was better, and you know, if you look at our stats, excuse me, other than three-point shooting, and I mean, when Rocket was struggling like he was, that was going to drag it down some. But if you look at that line and you look at, like I do, I looked at the top 50 teams in the country, 80-some% of them are shooting below 84 or 34%. So you're seeing a lot of teams right where we are, and you know, there's a few teams that are shooting it really good, and that's good. That's what they're doing. But I think the line has had something. I think, you know, Josh has had something, and Rock was struggling from there. But you know, when you take a lot of them, you took our second most threes, and you're struggling. That's a big difference.
With him, did you get the sense that his foot was affecting that at all, his lift or anything like that?
Where I got the sense of it, we went back and watched some film now, and if you watch the shots he took, he was leaning left, like he wasn't pushing off his left foot. Where it really was evident is I told him he set a North American record for block layups in the season so far. And we went and watched that, and it's obvious that he had no lift in his left leg, you know, obvious. So, you know, I give the kid credit for sucking it up, not saying anything. I give myself blame, maybe the trainer and everybody else, for why couldn't you see that he's not, you know, jumping off that. But, you know, everybody hasn't seen Rocket play as much. I have seen him more. I'm just pleased that I think we're going to have it taken care of, and I'm pleased that it's a little bit of an excuse for me to say, you know, why is he doing that? And so we laughed about it and looked at his shots. It's been really good. You know, I tell you, that kid has been thrown into the fire, you know. I mean, never did he think he was coming in here. He thought he'd have Josh Langford to mentor him. And you know, he's thrown in Kentucky. Here's college basketball. If you watch him around here, you watch him on the bench when he's sitting out, he's really been really good teammate. He's really been good encouraging people. So, you know, sometimes unintended consequences, as I always say, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're good. He's actually out here helping me coach the other day and actually saying things that were right on the money. So I think this is going to hurt us a little bit now, but I think it's going to help Rocket in the long run.
With that, I mean, with Josh out, do you have to just basically err on the side of caution and make sure he gets closer to heel?
Well, we're not going to mess with, we're not going to mess with, not when we got the Big Ten season coming up, and even though we got a Big Ten game next week, we're not desperate. We're not going to do that. I mean, it's a long year yet. And I think that's another thing that's been very hard to deal with is I think every coach I talked to said, it seems like we've been playing for 2 months, you know, and practices have been longer. There's been more big games, you know, and some strange games. I mean, when Texas Tech beat Louisville last night, I mean, Texas Tech, I heard leading scorer, 18 a game, is out. You know, it just doesn't make sense. But I think the sense is that, you know, he who starts out fast doesn't always finish fast, and you know, everybody's gonna have to go at their own pace. And you know, we got punched in the face a couple times early, and you know, I think we're responding. I think Cash has been constantly heading towards normalcy a little bit more and more, and that'll help us. It'll help him. more importantly, and then the rest of the guys got to step up. I mean, Aaron Henry's got to step up. So I have no problem asking him any question you want to ask him. You know, he's got to step up a little bit more, and he's got to play a little harder. And I think that's the only problem. And yet, as we learned last year, that can be a major problem. So we'll get him straightened out. He's worked harder. He's coming and watch film. He's spending time. You know, getting finals done with what these guys been through with travel in the last 3 weeks will be good too. You know, so a lot of reasons, but I'm disappointed that we lost a game or two. I'm disappointed in maybe how we've played defensively, but we're all worried about Josh's points or how are we going to score more, shoot more from the three. We're averaging 80 points a game. You know, I'd probably say like you guys say how, but our points for possession are really high. All the analytics, which you guys probably go by, I don't. Twitter and analytics, you can stick them where the sun doesn't shine for me. But if you looked at some of the analytics, you know, we're doing very well. You look at our rebounding, you look at those kind of things, the numbers. The eye test, I don't think we're putting up pressure on the ball. I don't think we're back to our gap defense like we should. I think we got too much standing around. I think our break sucks. I don't think we're getting 5 guys running, and for that thing to be efficient, 5 guys got to run. So we're going to do a better job of that. Most of those things I talked about are not a skill. It's just a little effort. Maybe it's a little fatigue. We got to figure out what it is. Travel, Cash early. I thought Cash did a great job pushing it the other day. That's what we're going to look at.
Out of curiosity, is that dotted line behind the three, is that to just kind of keep guys aware?
Yeah, you know what's happened is we got so many lines out there. I feel like I'm in Iron Mountain, a gym with, you know, where we had badminton lines, we had volleyball lines, we had basketball lines, we had women basketball lines, we had over 80 lines because the guys play a little longer up there. We had a lot of shuffleboard lines. Yeah, we had them all up there. And that's what I feel like once in a while. But the truth of the matter is, trouble a couple of years ago, not only did they move the line back 16 inches, but we were shooting from a foot behind the line. And it was like there was not an awareness of where we were. And then we have the NBA line for our pros guys that come back. So, you know, you got more lines than you need. So the red lines are meaning you have to have your foot on that line. You have to step on there with your soul, you know, so that gets them to be stepping in a little more. We used to have that trouble with Travis Trice, and it's really helped us take shorter threes. I mean, you know, instead of back here, now we're here, but maybe we're so cognizant of it, we haven't shot it as well. So this is all a process here, and we got a long way to go in the process, but we're making progress in the process.
Just want to clarify, when you say that Rocket is going to play tomorrow, you mean practice, right?
No, he's not. Did I say play?
Play
yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, you said play tomorrow.
Saturday.
You mean
You meant
Saturday?
Saturday.
Not gonna play Saturday?
Oh, no.
Okay, but you. I
No,
don't know if you
he's
meant
not playing
practice.
Saturday.
Yeah.
He's not practicing
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah. I just want to clarify that.
God, thank you.
You said
Am I that stupid?
You said
Well,
he's not going to play tomorrow.
here's the
and I'm
way
like,
I am.
tomorrow? What are you playing tomorrow?
Well, not only that, but I just told you that we're not taking any chances even next week.
Yeah.
And then I told you he's playing Saturday. You know what, Judd, you say the game makes fools of us all, so I'm right up in there.
Twitter it.
No.
Twitter,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, guys.
With the limited number of wings that you have, and you're wanting extra tenaciousness on defense, tenacity on defense, but you're also wanting them to run, and they're playing fewer minutes with Rock out. You got a shell game going on there.
It's a shell game. That's very good. It's a shell game. And the shell game is, you know, we're probably down to 3 of those guys on the perimeter now. Rocket would bring 4. And, yeah, it's a little bit of a dilemma. But at the same time, you know, other teams are playing guys, I mean, more minutes, and I think we're just going to have to do that. And we're going to have to just keep pushing them, you know, and then we get Rocket back, and that'll be a help. But you're right, you know, now, if we were not running because we were tired, I'd swallow that. But when there were 2 minutes into the game or 2 minutes into the second half, I ain't swallowing that. And that's the difference.